Welcome to episode 7 of Locomotive Spotlight. This is the series in which we look at specific New Zealand locomotives that I feel are unique, obscure, or otherwise interesting. Today, we're looking at DSA 551, a diesel shunter that runs on the Goldfields Railway out of Waihi. Previous subjects have been AB 608, the Taranaki Pioneer Village engine, DBR 1254, DC 4260, Y542, and Baldwin Steam Tram number 100. DSA 551, originally numbered as 253, was built by the Hunslet Engine Company of Leeds, England in 1954. She was part of the first batch of Hunslet DSAs, of which 15 were built overall. It's also worth mentioning that 5 of these locomotives are preserved. One of them is in Elston, and another is on display at the Little River Station in Canterbury, not to be confused with the Little River Band. And is it just me, or does the Hunslet DSA look an awful lot like the British Rail Class 05? As for 551, she was initially reinstated as the shunter for the Kingston Flyer, the famous steam-hauled excursion train that runs between Kingston and Fairlight in New Zealand's South Island. She didn't last too long in this role before being replaced by TR350, a Price TR, in 1999, although because I haven't ever seen TR350, I've used this picture I took of 367 instead. In the early 2000s, the DSA was repainted in a variant of Transrail Blue and sent to work at the Ravensdown fertiliser works in Awatoto, near Napier. And in case you don't know what the area around Awatoto looks like, here's some footage I took of DL9285 and DXC 5419 speeding through the area in January 2017. Incidentally, I never actually saw a shunter here, let alone a Hunslet DSA. DSA 551 remained in Awatoto until at least 2014, when she was initially sold to a private owner in Napier before being transferred to the Goldfields Railway in Waihi. As an aside, this is technically my local heritage railway, since it is by far the closest heritage line to Tauranga. The locomotive was gradually restored over the next 5 years, and returned to service in 2019. She is now painted in a very bright red and yellow livery which, as far as I can tell, is not historically accurate. Because of this livery, I sometimes call 551 the McDonald's engine, and I remember some of the Goldfields volunteers finding that nickname funny. As someone who has visited the Goldfields Railway many times, especially in 2021, I have seen and filmed DSA 551 plenty of times, but for the sake of your sanity and patience, I won't show all my footage of this locomotive. This is a scene from Waikino station, captured on May 31st, 2020. If memory serves, this was the first time I ever saw 551 running under her own power on the Goldfields Railway, or rather just running under her own power in general. Jumping ahead to October 2021, we see 551 arriving back at Waihi station and running round the train. The 6.5 kilometre long Goldfields Railway between Waihi and Waikino is one of only two surviving sections of the old East Coast main trunk, the other being the branch line from Morrinsville to Waitoa. This old railway alignment through the Karangahakea Gorge was closed and replaced by the Kaimai Tunnel deviation in 1978.
That one gets used a fair bit, so it's good to have this one. And that one only hauls 3 carriages, so so this one hauls 4 or 5.
At the time of uploading, the last time I saw DSA 551 was on the second to last day of 2021. On that day, I filmed her crossing Cornwall Street whilst on my way to the Glenbrook Vintage Railway. Thank you for watching this special video about DSA 551 and, by extension, the Goldfields Railway. If you'd like to find out more about them, such as their timetable and ticket prices, I'll leave a link to their website in the description. Quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by the Goldfields Railway themselves, and they had no involvement in the making of this video. If you'd like to see more Locomotive Spotlight episodes, check out the LS playlist on my channel. And stay tuned for the next episode, which will be about Niigata Locomotive number 2071.